Hi, welcome to Shelly's Studio, and today for our Hot Mess Monday I am doing a mixed media pick 10 project, and this one, the first prompt is collage pieces of paper, or just collage scraps. Yeah, that's it. And this one is inspired by some pieces done by Kiss My Creative, and I'll try and remember to put a link below so you can see her stuff. She does a lot of abstract, or she did a series of them. They were just real abstract pieces, and I really like them, so I thought I would attempt something similar. Mine's starting to look like a running man, but that was not the intent. It's supposed to be completely abstract, but you know how your mind tries to put something known into those abstract images? That's what mine does. Anyway, I'm just trying to create an up and down movement with a little bit of cross, a little bit of movement going across. And just using an old songbook text and some dictionary paper. This dictionary that I bought for 50 cents is going to last me a lifetime. It's ginormous. And I probably stick down a few more scraps than I really needed to. I was going to do all of those that you see on the right hand side, but I don't quite do all of them. I tore this one up a little bit because I liked the torn edges. Make it a little bit more interesting. These ones I leave without the torn. They're a thicker piece of paper. They're cardstock, so it was harder for them to stick on, and it was more difficult to tear them, so I didn't bother tearing them. So give ourselves a little bit of geometry in our picture. Still trying to decide where I want that to go. That's when I decide that's enough paper. Half the project is collaging. Now we'll just put those last bits down. And after this dried, you could see where there was matte medium and where there wasn't, so I decided to coat the whole thing in matte medium. It's a sketch paper, and so it is kind of thin, so it rippled, and so I decided we'd just have the whole thing look rippled rather than have it be obvious. I think that kind of worked. Plus, it gives us a base coat for the next things to come. So the next prompt, and I'm sorry you missed part of that, I looked up and noticed my camera wasn't running. So the next prompt is to add paint. So I'm just adding, I mixed up the color out of some green and some blue to sort of get a teal color. And yeah, I'm just doing lines throughout. I think it has kind of a map effect. And I noticed that on a lot of hers, they look like they could possibly be mattes. So I try to use my glue brush to splatter a little bit, but it did a really fine spray rather than big splatters, so that didn't work so well. Now this next one is kind of funny because I've never used those little misters before, and I had one, so I put some of the runny acrylic paint in it, and see, I'm trying to aim. This next one is just hilarious. It took 3 shots to get that in the right spot. And what a mess. And I decided I don't want all that black, so I wiped that back. It left some fine black mist, which I'm okay with. And now I'm just trying to decide what else I'm going to wipe off. So I blot it first. Take that one out of the middle. And there's trying one more time. I almost hit my target. It still leaves like it's too wet or something. I don't know. The next prompt was to add ephemera. I was like, I don't know what I would want to add. But I had this one in my little scrap pile. I cut this out of something from my Alaska trip. So it's ephemera. I'm just going to stick it on there nice and small so it doesn't detract too much. And then the next one was to add some washi tape. So I like to glue down my washi tape to make sure it stays. So I'm using the Liquitex matte medium to glue that down. I'll put it in a few places. You don't see me put the third one on, but it's down there. And then the next one was to add a silhouette. I was like, how am I going to add a silhouette to this? So I decided I was going to add a silhouette of a stick figure. That counts, right? And I think this piece kind of has a tribal quality to it. So that kind of works. And then there was doodle or text with white pen. So I'm just writing some words that aren't really don't have any meaning. Just to add the white scribbles to the page. The next prompt was to add a few words of wisdom. That kind of stumped me for a minute. If it had said add a quote or something, or add journaling, would have been easier. But I decided stop wishing, start doing was a good word of wisdom. The next one is use a stamp in at least 3 places. So I made this little arrow stamp from an eraser from the dollar store, and decided we'd put a bunch of triangles on this page. And then the last prompt was add hearts. It's like, okay, so now we're gonna add hearts to this thing, but I think they look okay. Not too horribly out of place, are they? Not with our little running man stick figure and our Alaskan totem pole design circle. Alright, so I'm taking the edge off, and I decide that I need some more of those arrows in a couple of places. Just felt like it needed a little bit more. So we're going to add them there and there and there, just randomly around the page. So what do you think of my Hot Mess Monday? I kind of like the close-ups. They're interesting. I hope you liked it. If you did like it, please hit like. Feel free to comment, share, and as always, if you'd like to see more, please subscribe. Thanks for watching.